Good evening. Welcome to Lumina Theatre Group's performance reading of On the Razzle by Tom Stoppard, adapted by John O'Connor. We're glad you could join us this evening, the third play reading in our 4-play fall series. The play will last about an hour and 20 minutes with one 5-minute intermission. Now sit back, relax, have a drink of your favorite beverage, take a bite of your favorite snack while you enjoy On the Razzle. The play opens in Herr Zangler's grocery emporium, some miles outside of Vienna, sometime in the late 19th century. The store is full of sacks, packing cases, and jars of all kinds, and, in addition to the usual entrance doors, a hatch leading to a cellar from which, during the course of the play, several characters will emerge.
My tailor has let me down again.
Yes, I can see.
No, you damn well can't. I'm referring to my uniform, which hasn't arrived yet. And today is the grand annual parade with the massed bands of the sporting and benevolent societies of the Grocers' Company. It's enough to make one burst a bratwurst. There I'll be, president-elect, and I'll have to appear before the public in my old uniform. Perhaps I'd better not go at all. That fortune hunter's Zonders is after my ward.
My word.
My ward. I won't rest easy until Marie is safely out of his reach. Now, don't forget, Marie's luggage is to be sent ahead to my sister-in-law's, Miss Blumenblatt, at 23 Karlstrasse.
Miss Blumenblatt's.
What is the address?
23 Karlstrasse.
What is it?
23 Karlstrasse.
Very well. Marie can stay with her until Zonders finds some other innocent girl to pursue. And furthermore, it'll stop the little slut from chasing after him. Zonders!
Uncle! Herr Zangler!
Unhand my foot, sir.
I love your niece.
My niece, sir? Oh, my niece. Well, my niece and I are not to be prized apart so easily, or nor are hers. I hope I make my meaning clear.
Marie must be mine.
Never. She's a star out of thy firmament, Zonders. I am a Zangler, provision merchant to the Beau Monde, top board for the cheesemongers, and number 3 in the 12 Boar Club.
Only 3?
You suppose I'd let my Airedale be hounded uphill and... No. My heiress be mounted uphill and banked by a truffle hound? No. Be trifled with and hounded by a mountebank? Not for all the tea in China. Well, I might for all the tea in China, or the rice. No, that's ridiculous. The preserved ginger, then? No. Let's say half the tea, the ginger, a shipment of shark fin soup, double discounted, just to take it off.
All you think about is money.
All I think about is money. As far as I'm concerned, any man who molests Marie might as well have his hand in my till.
I make no secret of the fact that I am not the eminence Greece of Oriental trade, but I have expectations and no outstanding debts.
Knocking on the door.
We're closed for lunch. What expectations?
Entschuldigen,
Closed.
mein Herren, ich nicht ein Customer.
What did he say?
I don't know, Uncle. I think he's a foreigner.
Guten Morgen, danke schön.
We're closed, open 2 o'clock.
Ich kommen looken finden Herr Sanders.
Saunders?
Herr Sanders, ich haben ein Dokument.
He's a creditor.
Don't let him in.
I'll go, Uncle.
Herr Sanders.
9, I'm busy.
No debts, eh?
A debt?
Close the door.
No debts, eh?
No outstanding debts, I said. Run-of-the-mill debts I may have. I probably overlooked my hatter, who is a bit short. But as for my expectations, Herr Zangler, I have the honor to inform you that I have a rich aunt in Brussels.
A rich aunt in Brussels. I reel, I totter, I'm routed from the field. A rich aunt in Brussels. I'm standing here with my buttons undone, and he has a rich aunt in Brussels.
She's going to leave me all her money.
When is that?
When she's dead, of course.
Listen. I know Brussels. Your auntie will be sitting up in bed in a lace cap when Belgium produces a composer.
I hope so, because while she lives, I know she'll make me a liberal allowance.
A liberal allowance? I'm afraid I never do business on the basis of grandiloquent coinage. And in the lexicon of the false prospectus, a liberal allowance is the alpha and, oh my God, how many times do I have to tell you, I will not allow my ward to go off and marry abroad.
Then I'll stay here and marry her if that's your want.
And meanwhile, in Brussels, your inheritance will be eaten to the bone by codicils, letting my won't wait upon her will like the poor cat with a haddock.
The what?
Look to the aunt. Don't waste your time mooning and skulking around my emporium. I'm sending Marie away to a secret address where you will never find her. Search how you will. What is it?
23 Karlstrasse, Miss Blumenblatts. Should I let Marie have the new traveling case?
23 Karlstrasse.
You
Should I let Marie have the
old baggage?
not the new traveling case?
My humble respects.
Here is your old uniform, and the new servant has arrived.
Your servant, ma'am.
His.
You prattling old fool. Who asked you to open your big mouth?
You're upset, I can tell.
Where's Marie?
She's trying on a new Scottish outfit traveling coat that you got cheap from your fancy.
My fancy? My fiancée. A respectable widow and the madame of Madame Nor's fashion house.
I thought as much. So it's a betrothal.
No, it isn't, damn your nerve. It's a hat and coat shop. Now get up and send in the new servant. And don't let Marie out of your sight. If she and Zonders exchange so much as a glance while I'm gone, I'll put you on cabbage water till you can piss it back into the soup pot without knowing the difference. This place is beginning to lose its chic for me. I bestride the mercantile trade of this parish like a colossus and run a bachelor establishment second to none as far as the eye can see. And I'm surrounded by village idiots and incompetent poops of every stripe. It's an uphill struggle trying to instill a little tone into this place. Entree.
Sorry, are you the grocer, Your Eminence?
You do me too much honour and not enough. I am Herr Zangler, purveyor of high-class provision.
I understand you're in desperate need of a servant.
You understand wrong. There's no shortage of rogues like you, only of masters to give them gainful employment.
That's classic. And there's something in it. A good servant will keep for years, while masters are being ruined every day. How's business, by the way? Don't tell me. Don't ask.
You strike me as rather impertinent.
I thought that was shop talk. Please disregard it as the inexperience of youth, as the poet said.
You have a reference?
I'm afraid not. I just read it somewhere.
Have you got a testimonial?
Oh, I have, sir. And it's a classic, if I say so myself.
Is this it? I've never seen anything like it.
Thank you.
Honest, industrious, enterprising, intelligent, responsible, cheerful, imaginative, witty, well-spoken, modest, in a word, classic.
When do you want me to start?
Just a moment. Aren't you forgetting the interview?
Oh, so I am. How much are you paying?
6 guilders a month, including laundry.
I don't do laundry.
I mean the housekeeper will wash your shirts.
That's classic. I like to be clean.
And board, of course.
Clean and board. How about sharing a bed?
I won't countenance immorality.
Own bed. Classic. I always have coffee with my breakfast.
It has never been the custom here for the servant to have coffee.
You wouldn't want me to like me to turn to liquor from the stock?
Certainly not.
Agreed then.
What? Well, if you do a good job, coffee then.
Sounds classic.
Why do you keep using that word? It's stupid.
There's nothing stupid about the word. It's just the way some people use it without discrimination. Was there anything else you wanted to ask me?
No, I don't think so.
Well, that seems satisfactory. You won't regret this, sir. I've always parted from my employers on the best of terms.
You've never been sacked?
Technically, yes, but only after I have let it be known by subtle neglect of my duties that the job has run its course.
Well, that's very considerate.
Classic.
Only you'll have to stop using that word.
Count on it. What are my duties?
Your duties are the duties of a servant. To begin with, you can help me finish dressing. And if that tailor shows his face, tell him to go to hell.
Here we are. The masterpiece is ready.
You managed it, my dear Hupfer, in the nick of time.
Go to hell.
What?
Shut up.
Well, with the help of 2 journeyman tailors, I've done the impossible.
It's a bit tight, isn't it?
Snug.
But it's cutting a bit under the arms. The buttons will fly off when I sit down and I can't breathe.
It's a uniform. It's not supposed to be a nightshirt.
How do I look?
I'd rather not say.
I order you. How do I look?
A classic.
You see?
Classic?
I don't understand. You took my measurements.
That explains it. If God had been a tailor, there'd be 7.5 furlongs to the mile, and the world would look like a 3-cornered hat.
All right, I'll be ready, sir.
And he would have promised it for Thursday.
Shut up.
Shut up!
You dare let your servant speak to me like that?
In the livery of the Zanglers, I am no man's minion.
That's well said. What's your name?
Melchior.
Melchior? Throw this man out.
Don't touch me. You, sir, received your measurements from nature. The tailor's job is to interpret them to your best advantage and move the buttons later.
What should I do next?
There's a coach leaving for town in 5 minutes. I want you to be on it.
It's been a pleasure. I usually get a week's money.
No, my dear fellow. I want you to go to town and engage a private room at the Black and White Chop House. Order a good dinner for two and wait for me there.
Dinner for two, wait for you there.
Tell them it's a celebration. Foaming tankards, cold meats, pickles, potato salad, plum dump.
You'll spoil me.
Not for you. I'm entertaining my fiancée.
A previous engagement? My congratulations, Herr Zangler.
Thank you. She is the Madame of Madame Nor's fashion house. You may know it.
I know, but I think I know the piano player.
It's a hat shop in Anagasa. Of course, she's a millionairess in her own right.
Enough said.
I'm going to take her for dinner and name the day. You can expect me after the parade.
Are we travelling together?
No, I can't be in a hurry. I'm having trouble with my niece.
It's the trousers.
Now, here's some money to catch the coach. Do you understand my requirements?
Perfectly.
Repeat them.
Catch the coach, go straight to the Imperial Gardens Cafe, private dinner for two, champagne on ice.
No, the Black and White Chop House.
Sir, I beg you to consider. Madame Nor is a woman of the world, sophisticated, dressed to the nines, with a hat to knock your eye out and an eye to knock your hat off. You want to wine her, dine her and name the day. Now, does that suggest to you a foaming tankard and a plate of cold cuts in the old Black and White?
Yes, he does. What are you getting at?
Madame Nor is not just another housefrau. Fashion is her middle name.
More or less, yeah, the Nor Fashion House. But I think I see what you mean. The Imperial Gardens Cafe is a fashionable place, is it? Are you sure it's quite refined?
Refined? The ploughman's lunch is 6 oysters and a nectarine.
I see. Well, perhaps just this once.
Just leave it to me, sir. Champagne, lobster, roast fowl, fruit ices,
Pickles,
desserts,
dumplings.
and to finish off, to get her in the mood,
Perhaps we should have
a nice bottle of the hard stuff. Schnapps!
Well, that seems all right. Just the ticket. First class. Why do I have a sense of impending disaster? Zonders is after my niece and has discovered the secret address where I'm sending her to the safekeeping of my sister-in-law, Miss Blumenblatt, who's never laid eyes upon him, or for that matter on Marie either, since she was a baby, while I have to leave my business in the charge of my assistant and an apprentice, and follow my new servant, whom I haven't had a chance to introduce to anyone, to town, so that I can join the parade in a uniform I can't sit down in and take my fiancée to dinner in a fashionable restaurant. And we could have a farce on our hands.
He's gone. Thank you, Mr. Wineburl. Ah. I thought so. Coco is up 6 points.
When was that?
Week before last.
Does it ever occur to you, Christopher, that we're the backbone of the country?
You and me, Mr. Wineburl.
The merchant class.
Ah, yes.
The backbone of the country, the very vertebrae of continental stability, from coccyx to clavicle, from the Carpathians
The toenails.
to the Tyrol, from Ostro to breakfast and Hungaria to lights out, is the backbone of the empire on which the sun shines out of our doings. Do you ever say that to yourself?
Not in so many words, Mr. Wineburl.
Well, you should. What is it, after all, that distinguishes man from beast?
Not a lot, Mr. Wineburl.
Trade.
I was thinking that.
What would we be without trade?
Closed, Mr. Wineburl.
That's it. The shutters will go up on civilization as we know it. It's a merchant class that holds everything together, uniting the hovels of Havana to the House of Hanover over a box of hand-rolled cigars. I give you the merchant class.
The merchant class. Ah. How is your romance, Herr Wineburl?
As well as can be expected of a relationship based on pseudonymous correspondence between two post office boxes. One has to proceed cautiously with Lonely Hearts advertisements. There is a great deal of self-delusion among these women. Although I must admit, I am becoming very taken with elegant and under 30. I am thinking of coming out behind my nom de plume of Scaramouche. The trouble is, I rather think I have given her the impression that I am more or less the owner of this place, not to mention others like it.
At least you're not a dog's body like me.
Christopher, have a pretzel. The dignity of labor embraces servant and master, for every master is a servant too, answerable to the voice of a higher authority.
Wine bowl!
I thought you said he'd gone.
He must have changed his mind.
Ah, there you are. Is it time to open the shop?
Not quite, Chief. I was just getting everything straight.
What about this pretzel?
The pretzel defeated me completely. Put it back. Are you going to the parade, Herr Zegler?
No, I'm going beagling. What do you think?
I think you're making fun of me, Chief.
How does it look?
Snug.
You think it should be let out?
Not till after dark.
What?
No.
Are you sure?
I like it, Chief.
I like it.
I can't deny it's smart. Did you notice the spurs?
The spurs. Oh, yes.
I noticed them.
I'm rather pleased with the effect. I feel like the cake of the week.
That's very well put, Chief.
I don't mean the cake of the week.
Not the cake of the week. The Sheik of Kuwait?
No.
The clerk of the works?
No.
The cock of the walk?
That's the boy.
You'll be the cock of the walk, Chief, the pride of the sporting and benevolent musical fusiliers of the Grocers' Company, and what wonderful work they do for the widows and orphans.
I was just setting off when I suddenly had doubts.
I assure you, without people like the grocers, there'd be no widows and orphans at all.
No, I mean, I had doubts about leaving.
I don't understand you, Chief.
My niece and ward is preying on my mind. There's something not quite right there.
My niece and ward are preying on my mind?
Something not quite the ticket. Zondas is a dyed-in-the-wool Don Juan. He's turned Marie's head, and for all I know, she's already lost it.
Well, she didn't lose it in shop hours.
I'm going to frustrate him.
Frustration is too good for him, Chief.
I'm sending Marie away for a few days. You'll have to manage the while, the till. No.
To while the time?
No.
The till the while?
That's the boy. You'll have to manage the till the while and do the books at the close of business. I suppose you're prepared to do that?
Very well prepared, if I may say so, Herr Zengler.
There will be other changes. Prepare yourself for a surprise. I've always prided myself on being a good master who's made every reasonable provision for his staff.
You have, Chief.
Well, what would you say to having a mistress?
One each or sharing?
Congratulations, Chief. We wish you and your bride every happiness.
Thank you, thank you.
Who is the fortunate young lady?
Well, actually, she's a widow in business like me. Well, not actually like me, far from it. It's a haute couture house employing 3 girls and catering exclusively to the beau monde. What do you say to that?
Let him who was without sin cast the first stone.
What's the matter with everybody? That's another thing that was worrying me, leaving the place in charge of you two. I need someone with a proper sense of responsibility, not a log-rolling counter-clerk and a cack-handed apprentice.
Who have you got in mind, Chief?
Well, you two, of course.
I mean, to put in charge with a sense of responsibility.
What would you do in my shoes?
A jingle.
What?
Jingle make any difference for just one afternoon, Chief?
It may be longer. The duration of my absence will depend on how things go at a certain engagement I have this evening. Meanwhile, desperate situations call for desperate measures, Master Christopher.
You called me master. Is it the sack?
By rights, you owe me another 6 months apprenticeship. But to commemorate my nuptials, I've decided to forego those months. I'm appointing you Chief Sales Assistant.
Show your gratitude, then. He's done, Chief.
Sales Assistant! Oh, Herr Zengler, your bountifulness!
You may call me Chief. Stop sniveling. Where's your...
Oh, thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief. No.
Hang on, Chief.
No, hang on, Chief. No.
Aren't I Chief Sales Assistant?
Will I have my ceremony, Chief? I've got to have my...
What?
Initiation, Chief.
Bless you. I will inform you of any charges in your duties should any occur to me.
Right, Chief.
Excuse me, Chief. Am I your Chief Sales Assistant or am I not?
You are not. I've decided to make you my partner, to take effect from the day of my marriage.
Me? Your partner?
Yes. As a married man who's come into possession of a couture establishment, I'll be spending more time away from here. It's only right that you should have an interest in the prosperity of the business, and probably cheaper.
Partner.
Yes, as soon as my bride has consummated my expansion into her turnover, you will be my partner. Now, what should I do? Shall I go or what?
What?
No, I'll go. I'll be back late tonight and possibly next week. It all depends on dinner.
Partner. Partner. I'm a partner. One moment a put-upon counter clerk, the next a pillar of the continental trading community.
Chief sales assistant. I've always been at the bottom of the ladder, and now, who's going to be under me then?
Bookkeeper. That was the Himalayas of my aspirations, but from the vantage point of partnership, I look tolerantly down upon bookkeeper's place, as if from a throne of cloud.
You're a partner, and I'm the entire staff. I'll have 2 Lord High Masters instead of 1, 3 counting the widow, and the weight of my authority will be felt by the housekeeper's cat.
And yet, strangely enough, now of all times, when fortune has smiled upon me like a lunatic upon a worm in an apple, I feel a sudden sense of grief.
That cat is going to wish it had never been born.
What is happening to me? I feel a loosening of obscure restraints. Desires stir in my breast like shifting crates on a badly loaded barbaro.
Oh, mother, what is the wherefore of it all?
If only I could look back on a day when I was fancy-free. A real razzle of a day, packed with adventure and hijinks. A day to remember when I am a grand grocer with half a yard of watch chain, passing the grog and spinning the yarn with the merchant princes of the retail trade. When I could say, oh, I was a gay dog in my day, a real rapscallion. Why, I remember once, but I have nothing to remember. I've got to acquire a pass before it's too late.
Can I come with you, Mr. Wineburl?
Come with me where?
I want it now.
Now?
This very minute.
What? Lock up the shop?
It's already locked.
What, he's at the parade?
And dinner in town. It's only us 2. Marie is confined to quarters. He'll never know.
Wait. Well, stop the clocks.
Yes. What?
No. I mean...
box the stock?
No.
No. Bake the cake.
No.
Cook the books.
That's the boy. Well, cook the books and blow the cook.
The cook.
The cook.
Fix the cook.
Get her in here. No, wait. Tell her to tell him I don't want to open the shop.
Tell her to tell who doesn't?
To tell me he doesn't. Get it?
Got it.
So you're still in 2 minds, are you?
He is, and he's half out of both of them. It's Gertrude Herr Zangler.
23 Karlstrasse, Miss Blumenblatz.
The master says, tell Mr. Wineburl not to open the shop this afternoon. Is that clear?
No.
The master says to tell
Yes,
you.
I heard you. Don't open the shop. Tell Mr. Wineburl.
Strict orders, he says, and now would you be so good as to leave him?
That doesn't sound like him. That sounds like him.
She's gone.
Now, if Zangler finds out about the shop, we'll only be following instructions, and Gertrude will have to back up our story.
I think you'll do very well as partner.
He'll think her brains are addled.
She can't complain. Up till now, he thought she didn't have any.
And now, best foot forward.
I'll get my worsted stocking.
Is that necessary?
It's got my savings in it.
I'll get mine and we'll be off. God in heaven, he's back again. I can't let him see me like this. Quick, behind the counter.
Marie! Damn and blast it. That swinehound Zonders is nowhere to be seen in the village. And he didn't leave on the coach, and Marie's window is open. God in Himalayas. If I keep having to come back, I'll miss the parade. I told you not to let Marie out of your sight.
You told me to find Wineburl and tell him.
Tell me what I told you. Search her room. Perhaps he's got my wards behind between his knees and had her backwards. No.
Got back behind your niece and wore the strapes.
No.
Got back behind your back and in your niece's wardrobe.
That's the boy. I'll keep watching the garden if I can find a place to hide.
Stand in the herbaceous border.
Where did I put my own coat?
It's all right. It's deserted. Courage, my darling. You can come out of the cellar now.
Oh, Auguste, we mustn't. It isn't proper.
Now's our chance. We can escape by the shop door while they're searching around the back.
Oh, but it isn't proper.
Don't you love me?
You know I love you, but I don't want to run away.
Elopement isn't running away. It's running towards.
It isn't proper.
Is it proper for your guardian to behave as if he owns you?
Yes, that's why they call it property, I think. Oh, Auguste, you're a terrible man. Kiss me again. You made me feel all funny down there.
Oh, Marie.
I mean, in the cellar. Somebody's here. Oh, my uncle!
Oh, my God, Herr Zengler!
Don't be angry, dear uncle. I didn't mean no harm.
She's blameless, sir. Intact, I swear. In fact, I swear. She did it against her will.
But I didn't do it.
No, she didn't. I haven't. Oh, sir, it was love that drove us to deceive you.
Won't you speak to me, uncle? Your harshest words are easier to bear than the silence of your anger.
What do you...
Do you mean?
He's blessing our union. Marie.
Oh, Auguste. Oh, uncle, you made me so... Where has he gone?
What a surprising man he is. Beneath his rough manners, he is very soul of tact.
I always knew he was shy underneath.
Let me kiss you again.
You can kiss me properly now.
Ah, there you are, my dear sir. We were wondering where you'd got to.
Thunders!
Oh, you must call him Auguste now. You're going to be such friends. Isn't he handsome?
I'll kill him!
Uncle, but you just...
Slut!
My dear sir, what can have happened?
You blackguard, you barefaced dastardly!
Mad.
Get out!
Oh, you found them.
Oh, uncle, you're not yourself.
I'll teach you to get up to your coquetry, you meretrix.
Up to your merry tricks, you coquette.
Shut up!
Oh.
Marie, this is absurd. I'll come back, sir, when you're feeling calmer.
You dare show your nose in here again and I'll cut off your cockhead to spite your face. And furthermore, I'll disinherit Marie.
Did you hear that?
Oh my, I feel like a real rapscallion. I feel I'm getting a pass at last. Just wait until we really get into our stride.
Wait.
When Weinberl and Christopher arrive in Vienna, they find a city of gaiety and music.
Is the city always like this, Mr. Wineburl? All this gay panoply?
Well, more or less. It's some time since I...
Bands playing streets full of colorful costumes. It's like a great parade.
Yes.
What would old Zangler think of us if he saw us now?
Oh, yes. Parade?
Parade!
My God, suppose Zangler happens to... Turn your back! Get off the boulevard!
This way, up this side street.
Madame Noor's fashion house.
Well, we nearly had an adventure.
It would have been our final fling if Zangler had caught sight of us.
All the same, after 3 hours in a farm cart and probably 6 hours trek to get back home, to end up flingless.
Dishonored and flung. Let's sit down a minute.
You're not downhearted, are you?
I don't know. I've been getting a sharp stabbing pain just here.
You've got the stitch.
I don't think so. It only happens when I see an open grocer's shop. It'll be just my luck if I've got Weinberg's disease.
It would certainly be a coincidence. Still, it sounds like the sort of thing people come to Vienna for from all over the world. So to get it while you're here on a rare visit smacks of outrageous good fortune. I'm trying to make you look on the bright side.
There's plenty of time. There's probably an adventure lying in wait for us at this very spot.
You're right. What's this place, for example? Madame Knorr Fashion House. Arty types.
It's all quiet. The parade must be over. Let's go.
We might run into the boss.
No. He's got the whole of Vienna to choose from. There's absolutely no reason why. It's Nemesis!
Willie's got Sangler with him.
This way!
That way!
In here!
But it's a fashion house.
We can't be fussy!
Oh, sir, what luck?
Hey, what? Who's this?
Herr Zangler.
Ah, your servant, sir. Oh, no, by God, it's mine. What are you doing here?
I came to find you, your eminence.
I told you to wait for me.
I was waiting for you, sir, and who should arrive by horse cab but Don Juan himself? Reservation in the name of Saunders.
There you are, you see. I should have remained true to the black and white chop house.
He had a young woman with him.
Well, of course he did. It must be 3 or 4 hours since he found himself with a vacancy.
She had a Scottish cape.
Vienna has been overrun with Scottish capes, kilts, tam o' shanters, Royal Stewart, pencil cases, and Highland fliggery of every stripe since the town lost its head over the Verdi Macbeth. A Scottish cape means nothing.
He called her Marie.
A very common name. Damn it, are you deliberately trying to nobble my...
No.
No. Are you deliberately trying to prick my bubble while I stand knocking at my fiancé's main entrance? I put Marie into a locked cab and promised the coachman an extra £5 if he delivered her personally into the hands of my sister-in-law, Miss Blumenblatt. What could be surer than that?
A fiver. Yes, I would say that we must be talking of 2 different Maries.
Exactly, and what yours does is no concern of mine.
I don't think she'll do much. I had a listen, and all she said was, "It isn't proper."
It's them! Quick, fetch me a half-witted cab, you handsome fool!
We're off!
What a situation!
Classic!
What do you think of the tartan cape?
It has a certain Scottish audacity.
Can I help you, sir?
There you are, at last. Am I addressing the arbiter of this fashion house?
I'm sure I don't know, sir. I will fetch Madame at once. But, excuse me, sir. That is a lady's cape.
I know. I was trying it on for a lady of my size and acquaintance.
But that cape is reserved. It has a ticket on it.
Yes, I know. Frau Fischer, I've come to collect it and pay for it.
Not exactly to pay for it.
Not exactly to pay for it, but to confirm payment.
I think it's all clear now. Herr Fischer.
Is that clear?
I'm not sure, sir. I'd better go fetch Madame.
Excellent idea.
Meanwhile, we'll be off.
Grateful if you would take care of this.
Yes, sir. Did you say Herr Fischer?
Certainly. Will I pay?
Confirm payment.
Confirm payment for somebody else's wife? Why don't you see if our friend is anywhere in sight?
Good idea. I'll be back in a moment.
Is anything the matter?
Frau Fischer has been a widow for 3 years.
She thinks she has, yes.
She thinks she has. And what about the funeral?
It's the funeral that put the idea in her head that she'd always be a widow. However, 3 days ago, she did me the honor of becoming my wife. You will come back, won't you?
I'll fetch Madame immediately. She's upstairs in the workroom.
I tell her there's no hurry. She's probably busy hemming and
But Herr
hawing.
Fischer, why didn't Frau Fischer change her name to yours instead of you changing your name to hers?
She did. I didn't. My name, as it happens, is also Fisher. Huh? That's how we met. We were placed in an alphabetical order in a fire drill at the Riding Academy.
Oh, I see.
There they are! They're both here! And what a couple of naughty children you are! Oh, my dear friend, why didn't you tell me?
Are you feeling all right, my dear?
No, I'm not feeling out right at all. I'm feeling distinctly put out. Fancy being married for 3 whole days without saying a word to your oldest friend and leaving your husband to break the news. However, I forgive you, and now that I see your husband, I can quite understand why you kept him hidden away.
A nerve!
My husband? And he announced our marriage himself, did he?
And none too soon. Tell me, how long have you known each other?
Not long at all.
No, not long.
You must have been married with your head in a whirl.
You couldn't say I went into it with my eyes open.
Oh, of course you did, and I'm sure you have not been disappointed.
Surprised more than disappointed. My husband has a very individual way of dealing with the banalities of life. I expect we'll be engaged next week and exchanging cards the week after.
Isn't she priceless?
I expect you think I'm rather presumptuous.
No, I wouldn't say you were presumptuous. Presumption one has met before.
Well, a little forward.
A little? You're in danger of meeting yourself coming back.
But why so sudden and secret?
There was a reason. My dear husband will tell you.
Oh, do tell.
My dear wife can tell you just as well as I.
But I would like you to tell her.
And I would like you to tell her. After all, she's your friend.
Oh dear, not quarreling already.
Well, it was a whim of my dear husband.
And at the same time, a whim of my dear wife's.
But it is extraordinary.
There is nothing extraordinary about it. When two attractive people...
A marriage of the minds.
Entirely.
Yes, indeed. Well, I must be going.
Going? What do you mean?
I have some business to attend to.
Aren't you going to see me try on my new Scottish cape? After all, wouldn't it be fair if you didn't like it?
Why?
Why? Isn't he the soul of generosity? If I like something, that's good enough for him.
Actually, I think this Totten fad is played out, you know.
It's out, played out. Such a sense of humor. I'll take it.
Will it be cash or account?
Account, I think. Well, if that's all you wanted, delighted to have met you at last. My wife has told me so much about you.
Don't be so impatient, my dear.
One needs a lot of patience in a marriage, I find.
I hope I've never given you any cause for complaint.
Oh, no.
Have I ever contradicted you on matters large or small?
No, never. Much appreciated.
Don't I do my best to enter into your ideas against all reason?
You do. And since you make a point of doing so, I am sure you won't mind if I now leave you with your friend and your Scottish cape and go about my business.
Well, I would mind very much. Out of courtesy to Madame Noor, I cannot let you forget that your only business today is to take us out on a celebration dinner.
I would adore to, but alas.
Very well. Eugenie, my dear, I'm afraid I have to tell you.
Why don't we all walk around to the black and white chop house and raise a foaming taker to our happiness, eh? And after that, I really must dash.
The black and white chop house? Sure, it will cause no surprise to anyone here that you would prefer to treat us somewhere a little better than that. We'll need a cab.
Wonderful idea.
All clear.
Ha! There you are. I don't think you've met my wife. This is my cousin from the country. My wife's friend, Madame Noor, my cousin. The four of us are going to have supper together at
the Imperial Gardens Cafe.
The Imperial Gardens Cafe. Where else? Go and fetch a cab. He'll be back in a few moments.
Why don't we have a drink in the interval?
Another good idea.
It is Scottish Week at the Imperial Gardens Cafe, and the women's dresses suggest that the town has gone mad for tartan.
Melchior,
Herr Zangler.
what happened to the music?
Yes, I know. It's partly the influence of German pessimism, partly the decadence of an empire that's outlived its purpose, and partly Scottish fortnight. I don't hold with it myself. Give me the old evergreens every time. That's what I say. The golden oldies of yesteryear, the blue Danube, and that other one.
Melchior,
Yes, Herr Zangler?
shut up or I'll kill you.
Very good, Herr Zangler.
Have you seen them yet?
Not yet, Herr Zangler.
Remember, absolute discretion.
Yes, Herr Zangler.
Don't draw attention to yourself. Blend into the background.
Very good, Herr Zangler.
Where the devil are you?
Here, Herr Zangler. Behind this screen.
Now, listen. I don't want any scandal. Just keep them under observation. We may have to assume a false identity.
Classic. I'll do a waiter. They're imported here, you know.
What a pretentious place. Trust my niece.
Yes, I'll do one of my foreign waiters.
Now, go outside and have a look round. For all we know, Zonders and Marie may have finished dinner and slipped away for the main course.
No, sir, that's their coach outside.
Is it? Why didn't you tell me? Fetch the coachman in here. I want to speak to him.
At once, Herr Zangler.
And remember what I said. No scandal, complete discretion.
Very good, Herr Zangler. Sorry, Herr Zangler. Hey, you, coachman, you're wanted in here.
What do you want?
In here.
Discretion, damn you.
Sorry. Coachman, my employer wishes to see you in private. It's a matter of some delicacy. We rely on your discretion. You know what I mean?
Say no more, lead me to her. Where is she? Oh, if she's a goer and she has an arse a man can get a decent purchase on.
No.
Oh, you're right. Discretion. Oh, tell me I'll meet her behind the stables.
No.
You there.
Who's that?
My employer.
Zangler, import and merchandising.
Bodelheimer, transport and waiting around.
Purveyor of high-class provisions, supplier of cooked meats and delicacies to the gentry.
Horse manure.
How dare you?
I supply horse manure.
Oh, I see. Well, look here, Bodelheimer. I'm a man of some consequence in the grocer's company. You'll do what I tell you if you know what's good for your business.
Horse manure and transport.
Right. Now, you've been engaged for the evening by a man who is escorting a certain young lady in a Scottish coat.
And what a corker! A pippin! Oh, she has a poise, a freshness.
Quite.
Happy the man who enjoys the freedom of her lacy bodice.
You are addressing her guardian, sir.
Well, what are they like then?
Will you be quiet?
Sorry. What are they like?
Now, listen.
Round like apples or slightly pointed like pears?
How dare you?
Answer me!
Slightly pointy.
I knew it, by God. Conference of Williams.
For God's sake, the man's obsessed.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. My apologies. Please disregard it. I'll be all right now.
Are you quite sure?
Oh, yes, these attacks never last long.
What sets you off?
Thinking about buttocks, sir.
Well, can't you keep your mind off them?
I'm a coachman.
Thank God we're back to the point. Now, when your passengers re-enter your coach, don't take them where they ask, but instead to this address, which I will give you.
Oh, I can't do that. They'll report me.
The man is abducting my niece.
I don't know about that.
I do. I'll go and fetch the constable and explain to him. He can jump up behind and persuade them to enter the house if they give any trouble.
No, it's out of the question.
Here's half your compensation. My sister-in-law will give you the other half when she delivers the fugitives.
Oh, is she a goer then?
I will follow and have the man put on a charge and thus avoid a public scandal.
Sporty type, is she? Likes a good time?
Oh, Miss Blumenblatt.
Oh, well, look.
You go back to your place. As soon as they climb aboard, whip up your horses and hand the fugitives personally to Miss Blumenblatt.
Or to her French maid.
French maid? Oh, where's the address?
Here, 23 Karlstrasse. I'll give the constable a letter.
Right. I'll wait in the cab.
How did you know about the French maid?
You mean there is one?
I'll go and fetch the constable.
What about your celebration supper with your fiancée?
Dondas has ruined my plans. I'll have some cooked goose while I'm waiting to pickle his cucumber. No, some pickled cucumber while I'm...
I got it. Waiter.
Here we are. Lobster, roast fowl, and the champagne.
Take it away. Bring me some beer and pickles. I want the table over here. My employer wants a clear view of the window.
What am I going to do with all of this?
I'm not a clairvoyant. Have you seen a young couple? The woman in a Scottish coat.
What a clan.
What clan? All right. Look out for a couple wearing tartan. Wait a minute, which?
Courage, my darling. I have arranged for a friend to bring me the documents we need for an immediate marriage, and tomorrow I will take you to Brussels and introduce you to my aunt as new wife.
I'll try this couple first.
Guten Abend.
Yes. What weather are we having, eh? Turning out a bit dank. Is it cold out?
Bitter.
Is it? Last night was definitely dank. Would you say tonight was as dank or not as dank? May I open the door for you? Danker.
Bitter.
Please yourselves. Sparkling couple. I don't think it's them. All they can talk about is the weather.
Here is the paper proving you are of an age to be married without your guardian's consent.
Oh, August, it isn't proper.
It's them.
I assure you, it is indistinguishable from the real thing. Keep it with you at all times.
Buonasera. Io wish the carta.
No, grazie tante. Un bel cioccolato caldo ci aspetta al nostro tavolo in giardino. Per mio amico.
Right, Squire. Sorry, I thought you were somebody else. More of them.
Here we are.
Look, about us being married.
Oh, I won't feel married until we've had our consomme.
Well, I've reached the heights.
I've got 4 guilders left after paying the coachman.
If only my mother could see me now. She never dreamed that one day I'd be rubbing shoulders with the creme caramel.
Have you got any cash?
People of my class don't carry cash.
I only had 10 guilders when we set out.
10 guilders? You hope to acquire a past for 10 guilders?
Well, I was single then. How was I to know I'd be married before dinner?
Oh, here we are. I'm hungry.
You're not.
Sit down here, my empress. Not what?
Well, your cousin takes great liberties, considering I'm engaged to be married.
Be mine tonight, and I will reveal my true identity and give you half my kingdom.
Not hungry.
Not even Herzegovina, but if you don't make the best of yourself, you'll end up serving in a shop.
Has the champagne arrived yet?
I don't think we should eat here. It's altogether too Spartan for my taste.
Don't blame me, it's Scottish week.
Spartan? I know it's not what you're used to, but Madame Noor and I don't know any better. Where's the mums? I'm dying.
It's probably out the back.
The service here is terrible. Waiter. You see? Let's move on.
Don't be ridiculous. Anyway, you let the coachman go. I don't know why you didn't ask him to wait.
I didn't care for him. He seemed a very disagreeable fellow.
That was because of your tip.
I gave him a very good tip.
So did I.
There, cast a clout till May is out.
Get into cocoa.
2 very good tips. Anyway, I thought it would be nice to walk back across the park.
Walk? Not bloody hell ever.
There's the waiter. Call him over.
Waiter.
Waiter!
Coming, sir.
4 guilders.
What?
What?
4 guilders, our sins, as we forgilden the trespass against us. Grace.
Hildegard. By the way, what was your
Wineborough.
Are you ready to order, sir? I wouldn't have it as special. It's herring and oatmeal. And I wouldn't have it in nips either if I were you.
What are the neeps?
I wouldn't know, and that's why I wouldn't have them.
Well, we'd like a drink to begin with.
All right, bring us 3 beers and an extra glass.
Such a sense of humor. He knows I never drink beer.
2 beers and a glass of water.
I must have something hot.
Hot water.
I mean something hot to eat.
2 beers and a radish.
Oh, you're right. He's hilarious.
This has gone quite far enough.
All right. Bring us 2 beers, 2 glasses of the house bread, and 2 sausages for the ladies.
You obviously have no idea how to entertain a lady.
I've got a rough idea, but let's eat first. You there, what's your name? We want the best dinner in the house, and we want it now.
Yes, sir. I happen to have a lobster just ready to serve.
Excellent.
Thermidor.
Excellent, Thermidor.
And a roast fowl with all the trimmings. And for dessert, you could have the plum McDuff with the raspberry sauce Glencoe. You get a piper with that.
Good. We'll drink champagne to start, champagne with the main course, and with the dessert, we'll have some...
Champagne?
Trocken beer and Auslese. You think I know nothing?
Very good. An excellent choice, sir. And if I may say so, it's a pleasure to serve a gentleman.
Just remember, the bill will come.
People of my class don't pay the bill.
I mean...
I know what you mean. I'm not entirely stupid. Society will pay. Our society? Do you follow me?
Not exactly.
It's a damnable thing, Winebarrel, but when the reckoning comes, the clever people are nowhere to be found. They've gone, you see, disappeared, leaving the bill to be paid by the bourgeoisie, the shopkeepers, the widows, and such like. Get me?
Gotcha.
Oh, do stop talking politics. We came here for a celebration dinner.
Oh, my dear wife, why didn't you say you were hungry? We'll have a lobster each.
Oh, it's true love.
I will give you half my kingdom too.
Hungary?
Starving.
What's all this? I've arranged for my employer to eat in here, and now these people have pushed in.
It's a free country.
Oh, classic.
It wasn't meant to be original.
There's room for everybody.
My employer wishes to eat alone.
Your employer seems to be confused about the nature of this establishment. It's what we call a restaurant.
Why don't you have your dinner somewhere else?
Why don't you take yourself off before you britches?
Please, my master wishes to have a clear view of that handsome cabman while he's eating.
Your master's taste in cabman is something we prefer not to discuss.
If only this stupid place had a dividing wall.
Perhaps your master should arrange to be preceded everywhere by a couple of rather fetching bricklayers.
Signor, there is a Chinese screen which uses sometimes when a customer feels the draft.
That will have to do. I'll help you with it.
Really?
What a nuisance.
We can't be shown up like this in front of your wife and her friend.
We don't intend to eat our dinner screened off from the public like a lot of...
journalists.
So unless you want your Chinese screen folded around your ears...
I warn you, my master will not be put out for the likes of you.
You may tell your master that if he has a bone to pick with me, I don't want to see his dog. Or rather, if...
You can tell him yourself. I can hear him coming.
Screen. Let me help you.
Allow me. Terrible draft in here.
Classic.
Look here,
Your Honor.
everything's arranged. The constable is poised to pursue Zonders. He's emptied my seal, but his lips are pursed. No.
Supper is served.
No. Oh, supper is served.
That's the boy.
What's this screen doing here?
It's a very rough crowd at the next table. A couple of tarts and their night's work. I don't want you to be disturbed.
Good.
Well, life is full of surprises. I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you.
I mean the newlyweds.
Oh, yes. All the luck in the world.
Thank you.
Fetch me the paper. Meanwhile, go and keep an eye on Zonders and Marie. They're at a table in the garden. Let me know if he gets up.
Throw a bucket of water over them.
Remember, no scandal.
Why are you speaking like that?
What?
You're speaking in a peculiar way.
Am I?
Not that I noticed.
What has happened to your voice?
Nothing. There's no need to shout.
And why aren't you eating? Lost your appetite?
Chicken?
Wouldn't you be?
I'd like some chicken and some more champagne. I can feel it working already.
Breast or leg?
Go over.
Breast or leg?
Got it.
Got it. The bottle's empty. I'll get a waiter.
I'll get one too.
We don't need 2 waiters.
All right. I'll help him get the first one.
Don't be silly.
Oh, look! I've got the wishbone.
Have you?
Come on, Hildegard. Oh, well done. You've got the main part.
That means it's your wish.
No, it's your wife's wish.
That's not how we play it.
I'm beginning to regret that I ever married you.
You'd better both have a wish.
All right.
Now close your eyes and don't tell me what you wish.
My God, it works.
Hey, Zangler, I don't understand. I just saw.
We got them. And look, the constable has jumped up behind.
Where is the proprietor of this madhouse? 2 people have just jumped into my cab and...
Thunders!
That is coming. I remove the screen.
Zangler!
My fiancé!
You're boarding.
The bagpiper.
What's going on?
Not so much noise, miss, or I'll have you for breaking the peace.
Where are we going?
23 Karlstrasse.
Nearly there.
Huh.
The scene shifts to 23 Karlstrasse and the living room of Marie's aunt, Miss Blumenblatt, where the elderly lady is reading the newspaper to her French maid, Lisette.
We have nothing against the Celtic race as such. We are assured that the Celts have a long and obscure history and have made their contribution, such as it is, to science and the arts. But their ways are not our ways, and if we cannot but condemn this infatuation with the barbarian Baroque universe of Sir Walter Scotch and his ilk, that's all very well, but it doesn't stop them from advertising hunting Stuart underdrawers in the same paper. Hardly comme il faut.
Oui, madame, hardly like he must. But how late it is for our guests not arriving.
I can't think what's happened. My brother-in-law such had definitely said he was sending Marie to my safekeeping today. I was looking forward to seeing the dear child again after these 10 years. She will find me more sympathique than Zangler has bargained for. Her fate is just like my own. I too know what it is to have loved and to have been separated from the man who stole my heart.
Oui, oh, madame, how I longed for a man to steal mine. How will I know when it happens?
You will know, never fear. With me, it was on a horse tram in the Bahnhofstrasse. The chestnuts were in bloom. He sat down opposite me. Our eyes met. I smiled.
What happened to him, madame?
He jumped off between stops and I never saw him again. It was still love and it was still separation. I'll never forget the pain as he rolled out of my sight forever.
All right,
Whoa,
now get out.
Whoa.
Come along.
Supposed to be working.
Is that those people next door playing the bagpipes again?
I think it is a commotion outside. I will go see.
In you go, and no arguments.
Someone is going to pay for this.
What makes you think they haven't?
I'm not the woman you think I am. I'm not even the woman you think is the woman you think I am.
Enough is enough. To what am I owed this scene of un-Austrian excess? Who are these people? What are they doing here?
My instructions are that this couple are to remain here until the arrival of your brother-in-law.
What? Surely this can't be the young woman.
Of course she isn't.
And I can prove it.
If she has to. At the same time, we don't want to be taken for someone who leaves society to pay the bills.
It's all explained in the letter.
Let me have it.
Thank heavens. Now you can see that my friend and I are the innocent victims of a police force the like of which would explode the credibility of a common opera.
I have a duty to keep the peace.
The devil with your duty.
And now I understand.
Thank goodness. Now, where's my hat?
Lisette, you know where we keep the tin of broken biscuits? take it to the coachman in the kitchen and give him one.
Oui, madame. Walk this way.
Lead me to him.
I'll station myself on the front steps, madam, and wait for your brother-in-law.
Oh, you must be going to. We have a long way to get home.
Yes, and somebody really ought to give us our fare for our trouble.
Stop! You are not leaving here.
What?
It wasn't our fault. Don't blame us.
My dear child, of course I don't blame you. Your fate is exactly like my own. It happened to me on a horse tram in the Bahnhofstrasse.
You mean the minute you got on, it took off like a rocket?
I mean love. Oh, how can you behave? You have behaved recklessly, but who can gainsay the power of love? And you, sir, you have much to answer for, but do not give up hope. I am not the woman you think I am.
What? You don't mean?
Of course she doesn't. Madame, would you mind telling us exactly what is in that letter?
Oh, what you would expect a possessive guardian to write when his virgin niece has been abducted by a notorious Don Juan.
He's as wrong about me as he is about her.
Wronger, if anything.
Of course he is. Have no fear. I will see you married in the morning.
Thank you. No! I think we ought to wait. She's so young, and I'd like to sleep on it elsewhere.
Lisette! Did he take the biscuit?
He is taking it now, madame.
This may be your uncle.
None too soon.
This will clear things up. Or not.
This man insists on being admitted.
Hello, I'm Blumenblatt.
Well, sir.
That's...
The servant.
My employer has sent me ahead to explain to you that this young couple who got into the coach are not actually the young couple. It's you.
Of course it's them. Do you know this man, Herr Saunders?
Saunders?
Marie's lover. She must think I'm...
What's the matter, Marie?
Oh, I've got it.
I think I gave it to you.
Shame on you, sir.
Don't be impertinent.
This man is...
I know all about that.
My employer was obliged to pay this man's bill.
What bill?
To save two ladies from being turned over to the police.
What ladies?
And now he's got another one. Don't have dinner with him, miss. He will pudding you before the dessert. No.
What?
He'll desert you before...
What's all this nonsense? Who sent you?
Your brother-in-law, Herr Zongler. He mistook this man for Saunders and this lady for his niece.
Exactly. So he wants you to let us go before he gets here.
Lisette!
Is there a back door?
But that's exactly the opposite of what it says in this letter.
Herr Weinberg is here.
Who?
Herr Weinberg? He says he is Herr Zangler's chief sales assistant.
I've heard Zangler speak of him. What does he want?
He says as Miss Marie arrived yet because Herr Zangler has changed his mind and wants Herr Weinberg to take the young lady away.
We'll see about that. Send him in. Don't concern yourself. You haven't a care in the world.
Herr Weinberg.
Madame, my apologies for calling so late. Weinberg.
I'm delighted to make your acquaintance. Let me introduce you to Herr Saunders. Herr Saunders, Herr Weinberg. Herr Weinberg, Herr Saunders. Or perhaps you two already know each other.
I don't believe I've had the honor.
No, I don't believe so. I know Marie, of course.
Saunders, Weinberg, Saunders. Wait a minute, that's surely...
Marie and I must leave immediately. This way, my dear. Your uncle is waiting for us.
Just one moment, Herr Weinberg. Kindly desist from ordering people in and out of my house as if it were a blazing cuckoo clock. Marie happens to be in love with Herr Saunders.
Well, yes and no.
Excuse me.
Yes and no. The moment they met, she was absolutely bowled over. It is something I can understand because her fate is precisely my own, except that in my case, it was a horse tram in the Bahnhofstrasse.
You were run over by a tram?
Madam.
Now, furthermore, one has only to look at Herr Saunders to see that he is no Don Juan. Look into his eyes. I have seen more treachery in a cocker spaniel. This is what we must do, Herr Saunders. I will send Zangler a message with this wine barrel to come here and make sure.
Marie, who is this imposter? How?
This is the real one.
How dare you?
What?
He is the imposter.
What does this man want? Who are you?
You mean you don't know him? And he's been putting himself about as Zangler's servant? I knew he wasn't to be trusted. Lizette! Fetch the constable in here.
A constable? I hope, madam, you're not thinking of...
I'm not thinking of anything. I am having you arrested.
Me?
A false impersonation.
This place is teeming with frauds. I'm about the only person here who isn't pretending to be somebody else.
Who is it you want help with inquiries?
This man here.
Leave me alone. I'll have the law on you.
I don't think you've thought that through.
Get rid of him.
Yes, the man's a menace.
Herr Zangler is here with his fiancée and Madame Fisher and his niece.
Window!
Here's
chimney!
Here we are. Better late than never. What a night it's been.
Oh, thank goodness.
First things first. Let me introduce my fiancée Eugenia and my fiancée's friend, Madame Fisher, Fräulein Blumenblatt.
Enchanté.
And this is my ward, Marie.
Are you sure?
The wedding is tomorrow.
What happened to Herr Saunders and...
Not her wedding, my wedding.
Such haste?
I'm not letting Madame Noir out of my sight until we're married. I have my reasons. Why has the constable got my Melchior by the geraniums?
You mean he's real?
Oh, tell her who I am.
He's my servant, of course.
And do you have a salesman called Weinberg?
I have.
Where is he now?
At home, fast asleep, above the shop.
I rest my case.
Wine-girl? Wasn't that the name of the man?
That one with the cousin who stole your coat.
Not a tartan coat with a hood just like Marie's?
Well, yes, I'm afraid it was.
Surely it can't have been Weinberg.
They were here.
I told you it wasn't Saunders.
It was my so-called husband.
Well, was he so called or wasn't he? Where is he?
He was just here now, and the window is open.
My God, I was just about to make him my partner. If I find out he's been on the Razzle...
Classic!
It's masterful. Did you notice the spurs?
Think I prefer him to your first husband, Eugenia.
Oh, yes. He had 2 left feet, poor Alfred.
What happened to him?
Oh, he got knocked down by a horse tram on the Bahnhofstrasse.
The garden is completely walled in and the gate is locked, but there's no sign of them. What's happened to the coachman?
Very thick with the parlour maid, apparently.
Well, he's supposed to remain outside.
Didn't want to frighten the horses.
Tell him to bring his coach round to the gate. If we set off now, we'll be home by first light. Weinberg won't be expecting me back so early. I'll catch him on the hop. If it's the same Weinberg, he's finished in high-class groceries. I'll see to that.
I think we're done for. I'm sorry, Christopher.
Wasn't your fault, Mr. Weinberg. Thank you for everything. It was a wonderful razzle.
Yes, not bad, really.
There's somebody on the wall. I think it's Herr Saunders. Why is he wearing the coachman's outfit?
And climbing into his place on the coach. Quick, get on the top of the coach. It's our only chance.
Where's the coachman?
Here, sir, ready to go.
Into the coach, Marie.
Courage, my darling.
Mrs. Fisher. Eugenia, my dear. Then we're ready to go.
A classic.
Giddy up.
Dawn breaks on Herr Zangler's Emporium as its proprietor arrives back, hoping to catch Weinberg and Christopher red-handed as they return from their razzle.
They're not upstairs. They're not downstairs. If they're not in the shop, we've got them. Ah, it's you.
Good morning, Herr Zangler. Just opening up, Herr Zangler.
Where's Weinberg?
He's here, Herr Zangler.
Where?
Where?
Yes, where?
You mean, where is he now, Herr Zangler?
Yes.
Herr Weinberg?
Yes, where is Herr Weinberg now, you numbskull? Ah, Marie, my dear.
Oh, good morning, Herr Zangler. How was the parade?
Weinberg, my dear fellow, I thought, what do you want? Oh, it's the coachman. Marie, pay him from the till. May I present my faithful partner, Herr Weinberg? We owe him an apology, I feel. And my chief sales assistant, Christopher. My fiancée, Madame Noor.
Enchanted. Haven't we met before?
What?
No.
No, I thought not.
And Madame Fisher, you don't know Herr Weinberg?
On the contrary, I am well acquainted with Herr Weinberg.
You are?
Not, are you?
How can you say that after writing me all these romantic letters? Scaramouche.
Elegant and under 30.
Well.
Yeah.
Thunders!
Herr Zangler!
I'll kill him!
Oh, Uncle.
Herr Sanders?
Go away! For God's sake, are you still dogging me for a miserable unpaid hat bill?
Herr Sanders, I am coming from Brussels. I am coming from the lawyer of your relatively departed aunt.
What?
Alas, your aunt is mortified.
Mortified?
Dornail.
My aunt? How dreadful. You mean my dear auntie in Brussels has unfortunately passed away?
This man is too rich.
Oh, darling, is this me?
Sir?
Ah, yes, indeed. Julie, isn't it?
Auguste.
August, of course. My dears, how much exactly? Oh, well, never mind for now. I think we all deserve a champagne breakfast. We have 2 or 3 happy couples to toast, I believe.
Marie?
Eugenia?
Hildegard?
Melchior!
Melchior!
Classic. Coming, Herr Zangler.
I don't think you know my wife.
We want the best dinner in the house and we want it now.
Herr Saunders, you know Herr Weinberg.
Free? Who is this imposter? Well, my chief sales assistant, would you do me the honor?
Are you the grocer, Your Eminence?
I believe I am, sir.
I understand you have an opening for an apprenticeship in the grocery trade.
I believe I have, sir. The successful applicant will receive a thorough training in grocery, green grocery, charcuterie, weights and measures, stock taking, window dressing, debit, credit, and personal hygiene. The hours are from dawn to dark, and the pay is 6 guilders per month, less 4 guilders for board and lodging, 1 guilder for laundry, and 1 guilder put aside in your name against clothing and breakages. Would that be satisfactory?
Yes, sir. I think that would be satisfactory.
Have you any commercial experience?
I have been chiefly holding horses' heads outside the Dog and Duck, sir, but I'm my own master and can leave at any time.
Christopher, give him the broom.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You will find me a stern master, but a fair one. I think I have some reputation in the mercantile world for...
Weinberg!
Excuse me. I was away in Vienna yesterday, and there are matters to discuss with my partner.
Vienna! Have you ever been to Vienna, sir?
Me? Oh, yes. Good Lord. Of course.
What's it like, sir?
Vienna? Oh, well, it's wonderful.
In Tom Stoppard's On the Razzle, the part of Weinberg was played by Michael Novello, Christopher by Meg LeBeau, Zangler by John O'Connor, Melchior by Ian Four, Madame Noor by Dre Weeks, Mrs. Fisher by Maddie Sperber-White, Saunders by Keith Anderson, Marie by Grace Sperber-White, Miss Blumenblatt by Cassie Gabriel, The Coachman by Brian Monsell. Gertrude and Lisette by Liz Porter. Philippine and the German Wife by Celeste Lucid Weiser. Huffer the Tailor by Kit Newman. The Constable by Mark Jefferson. The Belgian Lawyer's Clerk and German Husband played by Robert Weiser. The Three Waiters played by Mark Jefferson, Kit Newman, and Robert Weiser. And The Ragamuffin by Jasper Four. The recording was edited by Liz Porter. Thank you for joining us this evening. As always, if you enjoyed the performance, please consider making a donation to Lumina Studio Theater. Just go to our website at luminastudio.org. Next Sunday, November 15th, be sure to tune in on the Lumina YouTube channel at 7 p.m. for the delightful comedy, The School for Scandal by Richard Brimsley Sheridan. Thank you and good night.